Another question, can praying change God's will? When you pray, you do God's will. So how can praying change God's will? Actually, God will for all people to pray. So when you pray, you are doing His will. You are fulfilling His desire, His commandments. So when you pray, actually, you are letting God to do His will, allowing Him to move freely in your life and to do His will. So when you say changing His will as if God's will was against you and it will be like with you after praying. God's will is always perfect, is always for you, is caring, is for your salvation. So God's will never change. But without praying, actually you may be living away from God's will. You are living your will. You are following your desires, your mind. But when you pray from your heart, now you are telling God, thy will be done. So I'm accepting your will in my life. So I'm choosing your will. I'm asking you to do your will in my life. In this way, praying will allow God's will to work it out in your life. So we cannot say praying will change God's will. But if you speak about when you pray for a sick man, whether your prayer will, make the miracle for him or will not, actually that's the will of God. When you pray with love for any sick man, again you are saying, thy will be done. So if the perfect will of God for this sick man is healing, he will be healed. If the perfect will of God for this man is to die, then when he go to heaven at that time, that's the perfect will of God for him. So simply you pray for God's will to work in their lives.